Higgins definitely is. Yeah, we had the rerun of the race, or the running of the race that we should have had at the wet Donington, if you remember the start of the season. So that was a fastest off the front race, and Higgins won that. First win of the year for him, and then he backed it up with a reverse grid race win. Coming into this weekend with 4 races, we were anticipating there was a chance that Fairclough could take the championship title, because he just needed to be 60 points clear of Alex Ninovic in order to take the title this weekend, and it was very much an outside chance. Deagen, though, as ever, was going for it. Yep. He hasn't quite done it. He reckons he's going to be about, if he wins this one with fastest lap, Ninovic doesn't score, which is probably unlikely. He reckons he'll be about 2 or 3 points away from securing the title. Next time out, we see these cars at Silverstone, their second Silverstone outing of the year, but on the Silverstone National Circuit, which we are looking forward to. How do they line up today, though? This is the race, of course, based on the fastest time in qualifying. Deagen Fairclough grabbed a double pole this weekend. Alongside him, the ascendant rookie, Rowan Campbell-Pilling, very impressive second overall, and Ella Lloyd in P3. Great performance from Ella in qualifying 2. Alex Ninovic is in P4. They're followed by Jan Sway, the second of the rookies, and then Leo Robinson in 6th position, completing row 3. Row 4, Kai Darianani and Zach Skula. Then it's Jack Sherwood and double winner James Higgins with work to do from row 5. Chloe Chong is next with Max Dodds on row 6. Row 7, it's the Canadian Alex Berg. Reza Seaworthy next from Martin Molnar and Bart Harrison for Chris Dittman Racing. August Raber and Yu Hao Fu completing our grid for round 24, the ROKiT F4 British Championship. So we're hoping that the weather doesn't get changeable and that we get a good straight race. Deagen Fairclough will be aiming for that as well. These ones can be a little bit pedestrian for Deagen if he gets out in front. He's very much of the mindset, chatting to his mum and dad earlier on, they said that all Deagen wants to do now is obviously secure the championship, but there on in, he still has an interest in it, breaking records in terms of how many fastest laps can he get, how many lap records can he get, how many podiums can he get, and so on and so forth. He's so single-minded.
Yeah, and it's also the wins during one season as well, which he only needs a couple more, and I think he breaks that record. So he'll definitely be thinking about that. His old coach, Caroline, was the is still the record holder, and yeah, he definitely would want to beat him, but he's definitely on his way with the amount of races that we've still got left to go. He's definitely got a crack at that. But let's see if Campbell-Pilling can do anything this time. He's had a bit of a rough few starts recently, but he's very, very fast, and he's showing some real good pace and some real good talent this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing him come back next year for a crack at the title. But let's see if he can, you know, pull it off the line, do a good job, and see what he can do. See if he can keep up with Fairclough. I think Ella Lloyd is going to have her hands full with Ninovic, who's second in the championship. He's going to be wanting to get further up and try and chase Fairclough down. But yeah, let's see also a few further back. Some of the Rodin guys and other Hitech cars have qualified further back than they should have done. But yeah, Excel, that's not good news for Skula. They've obviously got an issue. There's a spot missing now on the 4th row.
They'll leave a gap for somebody to come up and maybe take a position. P6, it'll be Leo Robinson who will make the most of that as we wait for lights on and out here at Donington Park on the GP circuit. Out they go. Fairclough nails it away. Campbell-Pilling, I think, trying not to jump the start, as he's been deemed to have done a couple of times, finds himself down in 4th position. But that's a good start by Fairclough. They're side by side. Ninovic looking around the outside for P2 to try and take the battle to the championship leader. It's only Ninovic now and Fairclough who are in contention for the championship.
Yeah, certainly is. Ninovic had a little bit of a lock-up going into turn 1. Looks like he's got it covered, but Ella Lloyd down the inside. There's no contact, luckily, but that was very brave, and I thought she was going to go for a move, but Ninovic got up to P2 after a great start.
Ninovic did get away well, and Ella Lloyd is not an easy driver to overtake, and neither should she be. Campbell-Pilling getting stuck in there as well, but Fairclough will be making hay here and trying to get away. Can't say while the sun shines, as through goes Martin Molnar in the 42, the blue car, the yellow background, rookie driver looking to try and pick up a rookie class win. To his outside now, it's Lloyd in the 44.
Yeah, you see Campbell-Pilling's got that one covered, and you've got also Leo Robinson as well. Big contact there, nearly went through the gravel. Ella Lloyd's managed to stay in front there, but just obviously losing a lot of places. There's Sherwood as well, trying to go on the outside. He's had a good start to this race.
He has. Sherwood has had a good start. Yeah, apologies to Rowan for calling him Martin Molnar there. So he is coming through. Yeah. It's of course 24 is the other than Martin Molnar, a little bit further back now as Sherwood looks to the inside. The yellow wing shows and goes through into fourth position. But it's the two championship leaders, Fairclough and Ninovic out front. Rowan Campbell-Pilling next up from Jack Sherwood. Then it's Robinson. Higgins up into sixth place. Sway down in seventh at the moment. So Campbell-Pilling top rookie. Sway second. Molnar is the third rookie. Those three well spaced out. Be unlikely, I would imagine, to change positions as they clear the first lap now. Who's going to be fastest on the first flying lap? In terms of fastest laps over the course of the season, Fairclough has had 16 fastest laps this year so far. Incredible stat.
Wow, that is impressive, isn't it? Let's see again as they went into the chicane. Obviously the first two went through. Big lock-up from Ella Lloyd. She did actually go through the gravel a little bit. Campbell-Pilling managed to go on the outside. Her teammate went down the inside going into the next corner. But then I think Sherwood had a really good run and managed to get Robinson going into the next corner. But look at that. Great bit of side-by-side driving between those three drivers.
Breakthrough weekend in some ways for Ella, you know, getting that third place outright qualifying. It's great for these youngsters to get the opportunity to go off the front in reverse grids, but when you're qualifying up at the sharp edge, Ninovic having a go, he knows how important it is not to get... I'll tell you what, he needs to be careful, because if he has the T&L, he can't lose the championship here, but he wants to take the battle. He wants to just let Deagen Fairclough know that he is keen to make it 4 wins this weekend. A double for him, and maybe the double for Higgins here. Great thing is, we've got a race on.
Yeah, we certainly have. This is what we're hoping for. It has been Rodin dominating this weekend so far with 3 wins out of 3, and now there's Ninovic trying to go for the 4th, but he's locking up quite a lot, so he will have done a little bit of damage to his tyres, but it won't be too bad in these on these Pirellis. But yeah, let's hope that we can keep this race going for the next 16 minutes.
I hope so too. I can't remember that we've seen Deagen under a huge amount of pressure in any of the races. Once he gets in front, he tends to pull away, but fair play to Alex Ninovic, ready to have a go. He probably knows in his mind the championship is a done deal, but he still wants to put himself in the shop window for teams looking at him maybe for next year, moving up the ladder to let them know that he is a fighter all the way to the end of the season.
Yeah, just going back to Sherwood as well, he actually started 9th on the grid, so he had an absolute amazing first lap to be up to 4th place. So him and Higgins, and well, Rodin in general are looking very strong today, aren't they?
They are. They had that qualifying form here at Donington Park, the first event of the year, and we only had the 2 races, and since then we've had, I think, oh, look at this, getting closer again. Very strong in this part of the circuit.
I was about to say that. Very strong at the 2 hairpins. Very good on the brakes. Unless Deagen is just backing him up a little bit, because he definitely slows it down more and then really fires it off the corners, and he's very strong on the national circuit.
Campbell-Pilling fastest lap on lap 2. That now changes, because on lap 3, Deagen Fairclough, the championship leader, takes the fastest lap. 130-point lead he has. Can only get 26 points only from this race. And he won't extend the gap, of course, significantly, because second place in the race would be 18 points for Alex Ninovic. We call that the Ninovic limitation effect, for those of you who know. If you know, you know. If you don't, never mind. But Ninovic in second position, Campbell-Pilling third. He's got the fastest lap back again, isn't he? So
29.4.
That compares with the, sorry Phil, lap record of Mika Abraham's 128.198 last year.
Yeah, 29.4 is pretty good on lap 3 for Campbell-Pilling, and he has taken 4/10 out of the leaders there, so maybe we can have a 3-way battle coming up soon, especially if Fairclough and Ninovic start battling. As we see here with Bart Howison, he's defending there from Ella Lloyd, so yeah, he's having a good race now.
Now we're hearing that Rez might be under investigation. Third row from the back. Did move a little bit on the left from the rear.
Yeah, I didn't really spot that. It was red lights on for a long time, but it looked like maybe. Well, we need to see it again. But yeah, it looked very close. Don't know whether the car in front just didn't move as quickly. But look at this for the lead again. Ninovic again through the hairpins, very very strong. Campbell-Pilling is definitely catching them. He's already done some purple sectors in sector 1 and 2. So now he's going to be doing another fastest lap of a 29.3 against a 29.9 for Fairclough. Look at Ninovic going to the outside. Fairclough's mirrors are absolutely full of the Rodin black car, and he's now got the run coming out the first corner. Is he going to be able to make a move going into the old hairpin? I don't see this ending well. They are running both closely together, but let's see if we can have a battle all the way to the end.
Remember the race we had between the pair of these on the Indy circuit at Brands Hatch, where they were going through clearways and Deagen just popped it up the inside. It was a very brave move and it paid off for him, and I think Ninovic here wants to pay him back for it, if nothing else. And I think Deagen's driving very cleverly here, and you can see Campbell-Pilling closing up, and of course this will change the attention of Ninovic, because he's going to have to at some point consider defending second place once he's there. Sherwood not that far away as well, in fourth position, couldn't get embroiled as well. But Campbell-Pilling, the third of these cars, the Argenti car, closing in through the chicane, neatly goes. 12 minutes to go in this one. Fairclough the leader, Ninovic 4/10 behind, might be running out of time to make an option before RCP arrives on the scene. Lock up there.
Once again, he closes in, doesn't he? But look at Fairclough. He always managed to get off the corner so well. He doesn't lock up quite as many times as Ninovic does, and he manages to fire off the corner. But look at Campbell-Pilling, just like you said, you got Ninovic, who's going to be having mirrors full of this blue and black Argenti car, and like you said, Sherwood is coming as well.
Yeah, the Argenti car. Poor old Rowan, he's had so much grief over the last couple of rounds with jump starts, being watched for track limits and all that kind of stuff, which I think he's got out of his system, and he's done a very good qualifying today and finding himself now in a race with the top two in the championship. This is the kind of thing we saw, wasn't it, from Deagen Fairclough at the end of last year, where he started banging in win after win towards the end, and Campbell-Pilling getting stronger and stronger as the season goes on. Fairclough has broken the toe now. Ninovic, I think, has had a little look in his mirrors and seen the blue and yellow and white and black coming up towards him, so he's going to be worrying about that. But battling going on a little bit further back with Kai Darianani at the head of this trio, but for not much longer, because Reza Seaworthen pops down the inside.
Yeah, and that's Molnar trying to go with him as well. So Seaworthen still on the inside as they go through Coppice. Darianani loses the place. You can see Barhausen as well. He's all over the back of Molnar, so he's going to have the slipstream now as they go down the back straight. Can he get past him before the chicane? He is alongside. Is he going to be able to outbrake him, or is Molnar going to close it off? But nice move from Barhausen. He has run a bit wide there. Now that brings into Ella Lloyd into the race.
Yeah, I think Ella read that well. Bear in mind, Ella hasn't got karting experience, but has got bags of racecraft.
What a move.
Super stuff from Ella Lloyd. Read it well. Bart Harrison did well. And I've got to say, I thought Molnar gave him room as well. It was fair racing between the three of them.
Yeah, that brings Ella Lloyd back up into 12th place. So good couple of positions that she just made up there.
She'll be gutted with that off through the same part of the circuit earlier on, which dropped her down the order, which was a pity. 1.2 seconds the gap now with between Fairclough and Ninovic. The 3/10 down to Campbell-Pilling in third place. Bart Harrison gets a little wiggle on there, and that's going to lose ground to Max Dodds, isn't it, in the 17 car. Incredible that those guys are dicing towards the tail end of the field, because they are capable of so much more.
100% they are. I was just about to say the same, because Dodds obviously started on the front row, on pole position in the last race. Was very unfortunate to get caught up in a very clumsy incident with other drivers. No one's fault, but it was just one of those where everyone was trying to get through the first corner on cold tyres, and he was taken out, or he got involved in an incident, and it was a real shame for Dodds, because he deserved a lot more. And like you say, he deserves to be further up the grid as well, but battling for 15th place is not where he wants to be, but neither does Harrison. But this just shows how competitive this championship is.
It's been a great year. We say that, and you look at the points, and you know, someone will say, hang on, 130 points clear, championship leader, how has that been? It has been competitive. He's worked hard. You know, Deagen has had his moments as well. Bear in mind, he's had what, 3 non-finishes as well to add to that, and there are no drop scores.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it does show how doing another year does really help, because he finished 3rd in the championship last year. So coming back, he was the championship favourite, and he has got the experience. But yeah, this is why you want to see people like Campbell-Pilling, who's fighting for podiums now. You want to see him back next year. As we see here, we've got Berg, we've got Seaworthen, Darianani all battling away as they're coming through turn 1. This is a great battle. This is we've got 2 Fortec cars and a Hitech car in the middle.
Yeah, Fortec Sani, Hitech is the filling. Talking of filling, Campbell-Pilling, we need to talk about pulling as well. Thinking about that, Abby Pulling, of course, away this weekend, racing in F1 Academy at Zandvoort with another regular, Nina Gateman. Nina getting 4th, Abby getting a win yesterday. 2 podia today. Well done, Abby Pulling. And you were saying to me, Phil, your point, how strong are the drivers in that coming from British F4?
Exactly, it just shows how competitive British F4 is, because those girls are doing a great job in F1 Academy over at Zandvoort this weekend. So yes, it's definitely worth trying to do a dual program if you can, and it's working for Pulling and definitely for Gateman as well, who we will see back at the next round, I'm sure.
Yep, look forward to that. Silverstone National next time. Another great circuit for overtaking, like Donington GP, as Berg goes through. Berg followed by Seaworth. Darian Arney, who's been strong this weekend as well. Ella Lloyd still trying to make up the places. 12th place from Martin Molnar, who is next.
We've got a 5-second penalty for number 23 and 77, so that's Schooler and Harrison, who have got 5-second penalties. So that's for track limits, so that hasn't affected them too much, as we see Ella Lloyd trying to go down the inside there of Darian Arney. Nearly made that stick, but yeah, just a little lock-up stopped it happening.
If you looked at last year's results to get a clue as to what teams are going to be strong here this year, you wouldn't really get too many clues, because we had 3 different teams winning, 4 different drivers last year. Louis Sharp won, obviously, for Rodin. Carlin, Dion Gouda won for them as well. Deagen Fairclough won for JHR last year, so we know JHR have got good pace around here. And obviously Gabe Still won for Hitech, because we had a race carried forward 4 races last year. So it's one of the more competitive tracks that we go to, where no one team can seem to get an advantage, although, as you said, Rodin have been very strong this weekend. Yeah,
exactly, but as you can see, Fairclough's now pulling away. He's got the fastest lap of the race. He obviously just wanted to, you know, he had a bit of looking in his mirrors quite a lot on the first few laps, with Ninovic all over the back of him. So he just needed to get his head down and put some laps together, with now doing a 28.9, with Ninovic doing a 29.2, 29.3 for Campbell-Pilling. So these guys are now fighting hard for second place, and it's now bringing Sherwood into that mix.
It is bringing Sherwood in, so he's in P4. Another quick shout out for the likes of Abby Pulling, with Deagen Fairclough nominated on the shortlist for the Aston Martin BRDC Motorsport Awards. So keep your eyes on that. Fantastic initiative. And I've got to say, I'm glad I'm not on the deciding panel, because there are some very talented drivers on that list. Yeah,
there certainly are. Yeah, like you say, Abby Pulling's in there, and I think Pomowski is also in there as well.
Pomowski is there. She's running in GB4, and viewers will remember her from Ginetta Junior Racing, and I think Louis Sharp as well.
Yeah, and obviously Fairclough.
He's British now.
Yeah, yeah, just confused me that.
I'm only jesting, Louis. You're very welcome to be in here.
You've got also Callum Boyson as well. He's in there again. He was in the Final Four last year, so let's see if he's going to be in the Final Four once again. Another Formula 3 driver as well, Red Bull driver. He's in there, so let's see. It's very, very competitive, but I definitely think Fairclough should be one of those 4.
Yeah, it would be wrong to ignore the performances that he's put in this year, and that would massively help his career should he be the recipient. I'm not going to say lucky enough to win it, because you earn it, but if he was the recipient, you know, whoever it is, it's going to help them. But there he is, Fairclough, 2.032 seconds clear, doing everything that he can to bag another win. We've got time penalties coming up as well. Sherwood,
and
New Fu
as well, 99 and 78, both have a 5-second penalty. So yeah, there's plenty of penalties being thrown out there, but the top one is Sherwood, who's in 4th, so he is going to lose some places for sure. He's got Robinson behind him and Higgins as well, his teammate. So let's see, as they cross the line, that we'll be able to see if they actually lose some places. But yeah, Sherwood had a penalty in the last race as well, so he really needs to sort of, you know, bring it back a little bit for this track limits usage. I mean, again, looks really wide. You know, he would have been given the warning there, so he needs to just bring it back slightly and just make sure that he's respecting the track limits.
Once you get that penalty, if you carry on doing it, you get a further penalty, so it would go from 5-second penalty to a 10-second penalty, I guess ultimately to an exclusion if you're totally ignoring it.
Well, yeah, there is that. I think it's 5 seconds at a time, but yeah, I'll be amazed if you do that in this short race.
That is absolutely true. Well, we hope not, but 2.146 still Fairclough from Ninovic, and in the early stages of this race, this is not a scenario I thought we were going to see. It looked as if Ninovic was going to be equal to him today. He was in the opening couple of laps, but that has now gone, and Fairclough sending the statement here again.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that, actually, because Ninovic looked very, very strong indeed, especially into the heavy braking zones. But yeah, he has just dropped off. Maybe he's just used the tyre too hard, and and he's not been able to live with Fairclough, which has allowed him to get a 2.1 second gap, like you say. And Campbell-Pilling as well, he's only 7/10 behind Ninovic. He'll be trying to pick up that slipstream down the straights. But yeah, it's all sort of stalemate now, isn't it?
Yeah, we had a quick look there. Yu Hao Fu running in 17th position, got a penalty.
I think that's Seaworthen, who's just made a move on Berg, so he's moved up another place into 9th. He started 14th, so he's just been chipping away in the Hitech car. Let's see again as they come into the hairpin. Nice late move on the brakes, didn't lock up. Berg did lock up. Great move from Seaworthen. Managed to throw it down the inside, and it's very easy to lock up front as you change direction quickly. And yeah, great move.
Ahead of this, there's a significant point going on ahead of this, and that is 8th position. Car number 11, Chloe Chong, in a fastest off the front race, is in potentially her best ever finish here. I chatted to her, I thought she did a great couple of opening laps in the reverse grid race, did superbly, and she kind of brushed that aside, if I'm perfectly honest, but at least she knows that we were watching and we thought highly of her.
Yeah.
She could be on for a career best of 8 here, first time in the top 10, potentially for Chloe Chong. We'll see whether Reza Seaworthen can close up on her or not.
Yeah, it looks like he's only 7/10 behind Chong, so let's see if he can make another move with only 2.5 minutes to go now. So Fairclough is well in front. He's just dominating this race now after a very tricky start. As you can see, Ninovic and Campbell-Pilling both coming out of the hairpin now. Sherwood there as well. Then you've got Robinson, Higgins, Shui, Chong and Seaworthen. With Berg in the top 10.
Yeah, some interesting results to take out of this one. Looking forward to Silverstone in, I think, 4 weeks' time we go, so the drivers get a little bit of a break. Silverstone always a great event as we get in now, and that was Darian Arney who clips the back of his teammate, and that would have damaged the wing.
It has, it's definitely damaged the wing. You can see it's come very loose. And he does need to be careful now as he's going for a move now. And Lloyd's going down the inside there of turn 1. He's got a puncture. There's definitely damage on both cars. Berg's got a puncture. Darren Arney's got wing damage, so not great.
That'll be a happy team then after the race.
Yeah, Ollie Dutton will not be happy after that, because that was a bit of a clumsy move. He locked up, went down the inside. I thought they'd got away with it, but then that little bit of contact, and it's not easy getting out of the gravel with a puncture. Look at that, locked up there, just a little bit of contact, nearly went over his wheel, but you can see it's punctured it instantly. And the wing damage is going to cause a lot of problems now for the rest of this race.
Alex Berg, race winner at Thruxton earlier on in the year, race 2 winner, finds himself out of this one. Marshall's going over to check that he's okay, get the car into a safe position. So disappointment for him, and here's Reza having a look here at trying to pass Chloe Chong. Now, even if Chloe gets past here, 9th will be her best result. She's had a 10th this weekend already, so either way, potentially, Chloe Chong on for a best ever result here, which is fantastic for her. The clock ticking down. Fairclough, Ninovic, Campbell-Pilling, that's your podium at the moment. Campbell-Pilling winning the rookie class just now. You're focused on the screens.
Harrison has got another penalty. That's a 10-second penalty he's now got, so that's not great for the CDR car. And let's see further back if there's any more changes. You can see, look at that, the Hitech car. Reza Seaworthen, he's tucked it right at the back of Chong. Is he going to go for a last-minute lunge? He thinks more better of it, but I thought he was a lot closer than that. He's just teeing this up. Oh, it's a red flag. We've got Schooler. No, sorry. That's one of the XL cars of
Raber, isn't it?
Raber, yeah. He's obviously spun, and they've just thought, right, we better, for safety reasons, we're going to red flag this.
Red and checker. The result will go back to a lap before the incident, so it will be Fairclough from Ninovic, Campbell-Pilling, top 3 unaffected. Chloe Chong, 2 good races from Chloe, and I hope she'll take the compliment and say, Chloe, very well driven for 8th place. It's wonderful to see drivers making progress, and she's had a superb weekend as Chloe Chong, as August Raber brings out the reds. Here's a replay.
Let's see. Oh, that's it's Harrison who's gone down the inside of Raber there, just turned him round, and yeah, couldn't get it started again, or there was too much damage for him to get going, so they've decided, because it's in the middle of the track, they've red flagged it.
We had less than a minute going, so great call from the organisers there. The race wasn't about to change, and timing-wise, sensible thing to do. It can be part of the clear-up from the race rather than moving on. So yeah, great officiating there. And Deagen Fairclough then moves on, takes his 10th win of the season. Is that a record? Was it? Did we say it was 10 when Alex Dunn
Caroline. Oh, did Dunn get 11?
Yeah, well, I'll check that out.
Yeah. I think
he's got another 6 races to do, hasn't he, this year?
He should be right, shouldn't he? I wonder what happens now with Sherwood. We've not obviously crossed the line, so Sherwood's got a 5-second penalty, so he's in 4th at the minute, but the timing screen has not updated, so we're not sure what the actual result is. But the top 3, like you say, are not unchanged. It's Fairclough, Ninovic, Campbell-Pilling, which, great bit of driving from the 3 of them to all be on the podium. Fully deserved, especially for Campbell-Pilling.
Yeah, absolutely right. You know, it's overall podium from fastest off the front, which he'll be delighted about. He did that at Brands Hatch earlier on in the season, of course, so he'll be looking to try and repeat that when we get there in later on in next month. But it's a 4th rookie class win for him as well, so it kind of brings him back into play with Martin Molnar, who finished 3rd in class. So Campbell-Pilling, you know, a lot of the drivers sometimes not too concerned with the rookie category, but for a first-year driver, if you could get some silverware out of that, it goes on your CV. You can't take that away from somebody.
The order is now official with Robinson getting P4, and that's actually dropped Sherwood to 13th. So Robinson's moved up, Higgins has, Shui, Shong and Seaworthen.
Yeah, interesting race. And here is our race winner, Deagen Fairclough, who almost has to wait for the other cars to come around. I'm not sure what that's about, but it's great to see a celebration like that.
Karate Kid.